Hello, welcome back to my Bible study. I almost said playthrough again. Almost every single episode I record a Bible study, I almost call it a playthrough. At this point, we might as well just call it a playthrough. Anyway, so I've been gone from this a couple weeks because of my vacation I took to Gatlinburg. So what happened is I was gone 2 Sundays basically because I got back so late last Sunday and my computer was having some slowness when I booted it up, so I had to let it catch up to being on as I need to do whenever I have a chance to turn it off. Which I do turn it off from time to time. It just, needs to catch up to itself whenever I do. So, I haven't had a chance to sit down and record Bible study until now. So, but, that's okay. Because I'd rather take a little bit extra time getting to it and not rush through it and put the needed time to it that I need to, then rush it out and not be able to focus really on what I say, and that's the commentary audio messing up. Hold on. Let me test it. Okay, it's good. Anyways, I'd rather not rush it and not be able to focus on what I'm saying, what I need to or want to say. Hey, I'd rather not do that. So, I'd rather take a step back for a little bit and get to a point where I can do it without rushing it, than rush it. That being said, so far I've taken 3 parts to do this one section, and that's okay. Sometimes that happens. The last time we ended off at the last stuff from Genesis chapter 1 verse 28. We finished up that. So today we're going to pick up and we're going to read verses 29 through 31 in the Schofield Bible, which we've already read in my New King James Bible over here. And then I'm going to read the Bible, and I'll read the scriptures that it brings up in that. And I'll pray for that one because it has the tab, so it's easier to find the books and everything. It's also the one I grew up with, so I'm used to turning to that one. I don't view this one as better than this one. I know like layout more, and that I have tabs on it. And so anyways, so we're going to start now with Genesis chapter 1 verse 29. Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds of the air, and all the creatures on the ground, everything has the breath of life in it. I give every green plant for food. And it was so. So it sounds like everything ate the green plants for food back then. Everyone ate herbs. Does that mean that no animals we know as carnivores today existed? I doubt so. I'm pretty sure lions and tigers were there before. I think. We'll find out, maybe. I remember there being a point in time where Adam was naming everything. I just don't remember it said what he named everything. It sounds like everyone ate plants. I mean, it's possible that carnivores were still carnivores back then. But they all ate plants too, at least. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. And that is the end of that section. It's also the end of chapter 1. So, there's no more notes in this Bible for that. The last notes for chapter 1 were for verse 28, which we went over last time. So now we are going to go to Bible Hub. We are going to read the notes it has in the Through the Bible commentary. So, the notes from verse 20 to 31, which we did 20 to 23 3 episodes ago, and then the last 3 episodes, including this one, have been 24 through 31. So, note says, creation reveals God's nature as the picture, the artist. I think that there might have been a typo there, because that sentence does not sound right. I mean, they were intended to write that creation reveals God's nature as the artist of the picture. That makes more sense. His eternal power and Godhead are visible in his works. See Romans chapter 1, verse 20. So let's go there. Romans chapter 1, verse 20. Let's see. It says, for since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. It's just saying that his attributes are visible ever since the creation of the world. You can look around and you can see his attributes, like the artistry that went into creating the world. Because really, the world is a piece of art. God is very creative. Anyways, so it's going to continue on to say, and all things and beings were made through Jesus Christ. Consider Colossians chapter 1, verses 15 through 16. So, in order to consider that, we must know what it says, right? Let's go. Chapter 1, verses 15 through 16 of Colossians. Let's see. Starting at 15, he is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For by him all things were created, that are in heaven and that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions, or principalities or powers. All things were created through him and for him. Yep, and all things were made through Jesus. The hands of the Son of God wove the blue curtains above us, and filled them with luminaries. The seas are his, and he made them, and filled them with living creatures. The woodlands are the outcome of his, and he filled them with flowers and birds. He taught them to live without care, which is kind of like how God tells us to live, without care. Not that we're careless or anything, just says, lay all your worries upon me. He tells us not to worry about tomorrow. Not to be afraid. For God did not give us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and sound mind. That's what it means by that. He filled the tiny heart of the mother bird with love to her young and blessed her. His are the cattle on 1,000 hills. He molded the red earth into his own likeness and made man. We were made to have dominion. See Psalms chapter 8, verses 6 through 8. Alright, Psalms is back here in the yellow tab. Chapter 8, verses 6 through 8. Okay, here we are. Starting in 6. You have made to have dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, even the beasts of the field, the birds of the air, and the fish of the sea, that pass through the paths of the sea. Yet everything man is supposed to have dominion over. And we don't, because in part because sin came into the world, in part as well because we kind of abandoned responsibility. We stopped taking care of the animals. It's all about me, me, me. I take everything. And it's all about us, right? So yeah. Anyways, moving on. Ask him to put all the evil things of your heart, under your feet. The world is good, and if you are good, you would find it so. That's a good point. And you see it in movies, where the villains often see the good in the world because they're so concentrated on what has gone wrong for them. Like, there's a show called Once Upon a Time I really like. I haven't seen a lot of it. I stopped watching somewhere around the second half of season 4. But there's a lot of, among the villains, there's a lot of, oh, I'm evil because this, and this happened to my... And that's all they look at. That's all they see. But if you're good, you're gonna see the good in the life. Because you're there to be good. You don't want to see. So, look for the good. And it will bring out the good. So, anyways, that's all the... I thought there were more... I remembered seeing there being more reference to other verses and stuff. But apparently there wasn't. I don't remember... Okay. No. There are no more notes at all to read for this section. So, I know this means it's a little bit shorter than usual. This is only at 15 minutes and almost 16 minutes. But it feels a little like I shouldn't just push forward right now. I will pick this up at the beginning of chapter 2 next week. But in the meantime, thank you guys all so much for watching. Like and subscribe down below. Let me know what you think in the comment section if you have any questions. And as always, keep it real, spread the love, and stay determined. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye.